How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well, thank you. It's been a great day.
Good. And you just got off a panel
Did.
that had some really interesting topics. So tell us what you all were discussing.
Sure, we were talking about new economics and how do we change really the operating incentives for business and investors in order to change what we're spending money on to have better outcomes for environment, social issues, long-term human well-being. So not just short-term financial returns on a quarterly basis, which is the pressure that most large companies at least face in the marketplace. So it was a great discussion. It was a mix of academic perspectives, a lot of research, as well as very practical perspectives from investors, from corporate advisors, and others. So it was a good panel.
And this is what you do, is consult to businesses and governments and nonprofits about, exactly that. Is that true?
Yes, I do. So I work a lot with companies who are leading in this arena, who are really getting out there to test what's possible, given their operating environment, given their business model, how they can lead on addressing the world's problems, primarily energy and environmental problems is my focus, but also broader inequality, poverty alleviation, and how business can be a contributor to solving those problems through their business operations, as well as their ability to communicate and market and engage and inform the public. I really enjoy that work as well. So it's corporate strategy as well as communication strategy. And I have a background in policy and politics as a lawyer. So I also help them with the legal environment in which they're operating in the policy environments and how we can help put in place policies that support them in leading on energy and climate change.
And today we've been focused on the business aspect, but what about policy, government regulation? Are those just as important, or is business
Absolutely.
really the main focus?
Well, it's both in parallel. Businesses are trying to lead, and a lot of them are. They're making investments, and they're changing their operating practices, and they're finding business return on investment regardless of the policy environment. So they're investing in energy efficiency. They're creating new innovative products that are cleaner and better for the environment, and they sell better. People actually find them higher quality. But that operating environment, the policy framework that's in place, and whether they have to pay for their pollution or not, really is about how do we change things at scale. And so we do need things like policymakers to put a price on pollution, put a price on carbon, value water more. These are scarce resources that we all need, and companies use them, so they need to pay for them. And that way they have the right incentives. And also companies like, say, a DuPont that's reduced their greenhouse gas emissions 70%. And in the meantime, they saved a lot of money, $3 billion, a lot of waste. But they should be further rewarded for the fact that they reduced those emissions that contribute to global warming, but we didn't price those greenhouse gas emissions in any way. So they should have had even greater upside as a result of that if we actually priced something we value, which is an atmosphere that supports stable life on this planet.
You're exactly right. You have it right on.
Thank you.
And so what do you hope to take away from today, Business Climate?
Sure. I think for me, it's inspiration of new strategies, new innovations, a reminder about scale. The Carbon War Room participants are great about reminding us of really how fast and how deep we have to go as far as reducing the amount of pollution that we cause for every dollar that we spend in our economy, but also excitement about new technologies and new business models that we can apply to actually get there. Not immediately, but we can get there.